Thank you. And somewhat along those lines, when I take a look at, and we talk about indigenous agriculture, by the way, if you're able to join us in Hawaii, we can really expose you to some of the uniqueness of Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander traditional farming practices and techniques, crops that for us might be, they're staple crops for us, specialty crops to others. But on this particular issue, I often see in my home state and my district how challenging it can be for my producers, including Native Hawaiian producers, to access USDA programs in the first place. Mr. Secretary, underrepresented and underserved producers have been calling on the department to pilot a navigator program to help them navigate USDA's systems and processes for some time now. What's your position on the need for and the effectiveness of such a pilot program to be able to connect up our farmers, ranchers, and producers with the support and help that's available and they need, but is right now very inaccessible to them in the way it's being offered?
Well, both the Farm Service Agency Office and the NRCS have engaged in the signing of a series of cooperative agreements similar to what you've outlined. Farm Service has over 30 of these agreements. NRCS has over 100 of them with organizations and entities designed to provide outreach to historically underserved producers, to make sure that they are aware of programs and to help guide them through whatever the application process needs to be. So that's already taking place in both of those agencies.
I would humbly suggest, and I'm glad to see that these cooperative agreements are in place, but for many of us that represent communities with high populations, for example, I'm specifically talking about AA and HPI communities, let's just make sure that the individuals we are actually contracting with, that the method in which we are outreaching to them through these individual groups are the most effective possible. So welcome further communication with you on this, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure my farmers, ranchers, and producers can actually engage with the USDA in a meaningful way. I have a number of other questions relating to natural disasters and rural health. I know, Chair, an interest you and I both share in terms of making sure that food is viewed as medicine and we can help our rural communities, so we'll submit that for the record. Thank you, Mr. Chair.